Hey guys, welcome back. The Succession and Awakening of Nova has been out for a week now. We have tested out Awakening last week and been trying to make my own video for Succession, but kinda got stuck in work. But anyway, here we are and have played Succession Nova for quite some time now, and oh my god, it is better than Awakening. Well, at least for the time being. I was actually wondering back when I first saw the trailer for Awakening on how will the slow-moving pre-Awakening interacts with her fast and flashy Awakening form. And sadly, it is indeed one of the main complaints of the Awakening Nova. So much disconnect between her main skills and Awakening 3. We will make a comparison video later on which should relate to our class selection guide that pops up above once we stabilize both of her kit. But again, for now, let's take a look on her Succession skill tree. So first things first, there is still a lot of people who don't know how to summon the King of the Dead, known as Action, so it is one of the main skill addition of the Succession Nova that makes her kinda like a discounted Lich King, or rather a Queen, with the frozen effects and well, Undead summon. Now in order to summon Action, you will actually need to level up one of her skill, which is the Prime Past Pawn. And well, if you haven't noticed, on the left side you actually have the other name of the skill, which is the Prime King of the Dead. So with this skill, just press Q button, then shift space, and that will sacrifice your guards and some of your HP in order to summon Action. He will stay for an hour and hover around as this white or black orb. The second way to summon Action is through Icy Prison skill. You will need to be in block stance before using the skill in order to summon Action. It does not have any protection but has some nice range to it, which is a protection by itself and can frost your unsuspecting targets. Now summoning Action is actually a double-edged sword, as every time you cast the skill to summon him will consume 150 HP at level 3. It is not a one-time thing, but every freaking time he appears, it is like a devil's pack. Literal devil's pack. But one good thing is that most of her skills will also have HP recovery to compensate the HP loss. And of course you can unsummon him again using Q, shift space if you want to. Another thing to note also is that Succession gives you unlimited dashes, well as long as you have stamina to do it, giving it a lot better movement that pre-Awakening severely lacks. So with that out of the way, let's go to our next skill, which is the Bitter Rain, which recovers your HP as long as Action is summoned. It is a quick attack and have some nice use to it from time to time, but it is unprotected. The next one is Vengeful Star, another skill with HP recovery as long as Action is summoned, but also offers no protection whatsoever. Then we have our third skill, which is Crotum's Ascension, which has a super armor and a minus 15 DP debuff on target. The damage is not that good, but a great skill to fill your SA gaps. The next one is Frozen Earth. So at pre-Awakening you need to place it in your quick slot to use, but now in Succession it is possible to instead have the combo key Shift plus C to activate the skill, and with Action summoned will recover your SP. However, since Action will appear when using this skill, then it will also consume HP. Then another skill is Fianchetto, which is a great skill both in PvE and PvP. Great damage, an AoE, and also a super armor skill. Again, it will summon Action, which reduces your HP for additional damage. Up next is the Frozen Darkness, which is again one of our main skill. Shift RMB skill with super armor and knockdown effect. Then we have the Stamas Mate, using Shift Q to summon centers and Action as well. This skill actually has quite a range, however the summoned centers actually deals damage by itself when it touches the enemy, so to deal full damage, using it in close range is still needed. But again, you can use this skill to hit some fleeing enemies. Next we have the Icy Thorn, another amazing super armor skill which has an attack and casting speed debuff to your enemies. The next one we have is your Succession version of Awakening skills. The first is Star Skull, using S plus C, which is the most awaited iframe. It is very quick to execute, letting you dodge those grabs, and holding it will activate super armor and lets you dash once you release the skill, which is freaking lifesaver in group PvP. I can count the times I was able to escape being grouped up in RBF using this skill. I think it's even better than its awakening effect, which only gives forward guard. Like, what? Then the last awakening skill we have is the succession version of Swooping Ring, which has forward guard effect and can heal you when action is summoned. Now for the succession buff skill, we have the improved version of Koratum's guard, which is the distorted guard. Basically the only change is that it actually reduces the DP buff from 50 down to 20, which is pretty big, I must say. But the 30 points in DP that was removed was instead turned to critical hit rate of 30%, which means more damage. And of course the last one is the Black Morning Star, your succession passive skill giving additional casting speed at each level. And that's all of the Succession Nova skill. She was once memed as the version 2 of Guardian, and although she can in no way compete with the AoE finesse of a Guardian class, but she can absolutely go toe-to-toe with her super armors, and can even dethrone the Guardian as Queen of Super Armors. The Succession Nova is a freaking amazing class in group PvP and can tank quite a lot of beatings, while having the means to escape either through blocking or dashing once she's low in HP. And I guess that's it for now. I know this is a very late video, but hope you still like it, and see you on our next video. Peace!